Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and the Southeast Zonal Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Mr. James Ugwu, have been urged to shun any action that could amount to contempt of the court with regards to a purported zonal progress of the PDP in the Southeast. In a separate letters addressed to INEC and Mr. Ugwu, the counsel to Barrister Mike Nwankwo, who had earlier obtained a court order barring the PDP from conducting the zonal congress in the Southeast Zone, drew the attention of both INEC and Mr. Ugwu to a subsisting court order emanating from suit number FCT HC CV 325-2025, which forbids the conduct of the Congress. In the letter signed by Kalu Agu, the lead counsel, INEC was reminded that the electoral umpire had earlier entered appearance in the matter and subsequently indicated that it would obey the court order. In compliance to the court order, INEC had withdrawn its staff from the botched Southeast Zonal Congress, which was then scheduled for Saturday, February 22, 2025. The letter alerted INEC that, in line with the PDP constitution, only the National Working Committee, NWC, of the party had the powers to conduct zonal congresses. And since the botched February 22, 2025 Congress, the party's National Working Committee had not fixed a new date for the congresses. There have been rumors making the rounds on social media that the embattled National Vice Chairman of the PDP in the Southeast, Mr. Ali Odefa, through the Zonal Secretary, Mr. James Ugwu, has been circulating WhatsApp messages indicating that the PDP had scheduled the Southeast Zonal Congress for February 26, 2025. Well, quickly, Comrade Kingsley, I would like to get your take on this as regards to the Southeast, where they say where the PDP are saying there are no fixed date. Oh, sorry, the lawyer wants that there are no fixed date for the PDP Zonal Congress. As regards to this, we've seen the case, the suit that was filed as regards to that in court. Let me get your take on this quickly.
Yes, the last time we met here, we're able to tell you that PDP has not actually put their house in order.
Okay.
And that is exactly what is playing out here. You know, they have pockets of issues here and there in all the states. Okay, now they are saying the National Working Committee has not guaranteed that there should be their Southeast Zonal Congress, and then some persons want to go ahead and hold this Congress, and the lawyer is coming out now to say no, this has not been. What we should be asking is the person that is saying that the National Working Committee has not approved that, is it the person that is supposed to bring the information? That's one thing we need to know, because we all know that even at the National Working Committee level, there is a division. There are people who are not the genuine, National Working Committee members. As when I mean genuine, not like they are not National Working Committee members, but like the ones we know that they are the existing one, like the one led by Ambassador Damagon Ilia. This is the one we know that this is the National Working Committee, but there are some other persons too who are fighting it, legally, to say no, we are supposed to come in because of one or two reasons. Okay, so are they the ones that you're saying that said this, Southeast Zonal Congress shouldn't hold? So you need to trace also where the information is coming from before you can say, okay, this is true or not true. You understand what I'm saying now? So I think what they should do now is they should find out who is the National Working Committee, which of the National Working Committee. Is it the one that has factionalized itself, or is it the real National Working Committee that we know? These are the things that needs to come up before even INEC can agree to say, okay, this is an authentic information, so we are not going to go for the Congress. But if it is not from them, INEC still has the power or the right to go for that Congress.
Okay, so another question is, Comrade Kingsley, what if peradventure there's the alleged factional PDP Congress members, or sorry, National Working Committee, proves disobedient and go ahead with the Congress, the National Congress? What would happen in that regard? I mean, considering the fact that there is an order from the courts that it shouldn't be held.
Okay. The best you will see is that at the end of the day, because I know the court still holds the power to say this is a nullity or not. So at the end of the day, it will still go back to the Halo chamber. So by the time they finish and you find out that you are not the authentic National Working Committee member to take that decision, even though you're a member, but it's not from you. You see, like in every organization, before any information is being disseminated, whether you're the PRO or publicity secretary, it has to be something that comes from the order of the chairman. What do I mean? The chairman is duly elected. This is somebody everybody has agreed or have actually agreed that, look, you are going to lead us. So any information that should be disseminated to the public has to come from the chairman. The chairman will have to call the National Publicity Secretary, please, this is what we have agreed, send this thing out. The National Publicity Secretary or PRO or whoever cannot on his or her own do this. So until the real body of the National Working Committee, who we know to be the leadership of Damagon, has done this, any other thing anybody is doing is a nullity.
All right. Mr. Great man, can you hear me?
No, I can hear you.
All right, so if you can hear me, well, taking a look at this, we've seen that at least the rifts as regards to the National Secretary in the PDP, to some extent, have cooled down. And now this is another one in the Southeast now, where some people of the National Working Committee in the Southeast are trying to go ahead with a zonal congress, which a court already has given an order that it shouldn't be held. And we're seeing that there are moves by some people to carry on the National Congress, even when we have this order from when they have order from the court not to take it. I'd like to get your take on this one.
How does the now Congress and share same position? Whenever we talk about the political issues in the PDP and all, this the House is something because
Can you hear me, Mr. Greatman? Okay, so I think network had taken him off. Network is quite really unfriendly.
That's what we face in Nigeria.
That's Nigeria's situation. I just hope the network operators, put things in order so that we don't keep having issues like this often and often. All right, so Comrade Kingsley, again, I'm looking at this. We've seen that the rift as regards to the National Secretary in the PDP has cooled down. And now we are having this in the Southeast again happening. Again, do you think that this would tell good about the PDP in general?
Are you using the word cool down or calm down? Because I have not seen it that way. It's a matter of there is no rowdy events to call for you prior before now it has been heated.
Yes, right.
Yes, because
so, but it has cooled off. So that's what I mean.
Okay, if you're looking at it from that angle, no problem. But otherwise, I think the issue is still there. It's just that there is no event that will call it up for it to start bubbling the way it used to be before. Okay. But having said so, at the end of the day, PDP up there is on the leadership of Ilia Damagon. That is what we know for now, except somebody wants to deceive him or herself, until there is the election or Congress that will take this man out of office and then bring in new set of leaderships. That's that. But otherwise, I have not even seen this whole thing working out that Ned Nwoko is their National Publicity Secretary. Okay, I can't because I know that, okay, they said that there is a court case, there is there is a reason for them to say Ned Nwoko should come in simply because they said Wanyango left to go and contest and suddenly came back again. Okay, and so you're saying he's supposed to go, he's not supposed to go. I think he is supposed to resign by himself. If at all there was their provision, he's supposed to resign, but he didn't resign. So are you saying that you're resigning for him? Okay, if you want him to go out, is it not through electoral processes that he should go out? So for me, as I'm talking to you now, for me, whatever the what do you call him, the National Police Secretary now,
Yeah.
who has been in this contest, is doing, as far as I'm concerned, if it is not from Elia's mouth, that is, if he didn't give that order, that instruction, whatever they are doing is just political exercise, that at the end of the day, they will come back to square one. They will definitely come back to square one.
And you think this is going to give the other opposition party, probably the APC, an edge over them?
Why won't it give them? When your house is rowdy, you can't put your house in order. I know this politics is all about taking advantage of the weakness of your opponent. Why wouldn't they do so? It's like they are just dividing themselves, piecing up themselves so much more that they can't have, you know, a formidable force to fight the APC. So APC will definitely capitalize on it and then take over power. So this one, they are saying that 2027 Tinubu is not going to come back. In fact, if you ask me, they have even failed before, you know, this event takes place.
All right, thank you so much. We have Great Man joining us back. Mr. Great Man, let's get your take as regards to this. You were saying something before the network, you know, took you off. Apologies for that.
That's fine. So I was saying earlier that the issues of the party zonal congress, it's very important that the party has their house. That's the first thing that has always been on my mind. The issue, the PDP, they need to have their house in order. Very important. They have a lot of grievances unsettled, a lot of individual interests that have not been harmonized. And of course, these fractures we are having and friction, they are all as a result of unsettled issues. So it's very important if the PDP can settle them out. Like the gentleman in the studio had said to you earlier, it's important that whatever information is passed up to the public should be coming from the appropriate authorities with the endorsement of the chairman, even if it's coming from the publicity secretary. It is essential that the chairman has endorsed it.
All right,
so I think that remains my point on it as well.
Okay, so Mr. Greatman, I'm also curious, what if these people prove the diamond and still go ahead to conduct the zonal congress? What do you think this could mean for the PDP in Southeast?
It's not the first time it's happening. Elections or zonal congresses or congresses have been held against the directive of the court. It's not the first time that will be happening. It has happened severally, and of course, the country is still moving on. You know, something about a country that news headline comes, it takes center stage, and after a few minutes, it's off. Something else takes center stage. So obviously, we have things like this all along. Like I said, it's only physically the matter of interest, people's interest, clutching. That's what is going on now.
Oh, cool.